Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a dramatic chapter in European history that has often been overshadowed, the Spanish Civil War. This was a brutal, ideological conflict fought from 1936 to 1939 that tore Spain apart and led to a 36-year dictatorship under Francisco Franco. It's a story filled with political turmoil, international intervention, and the clash of ideas that resonated worldwide. So, let's set the stage. In the early 1930s, Spain was a country struggling with social inequalities, economic hardship, and political unrest. The country had a monarchy, but it was unpopular, especially among working-class Spaniards. In 1931, a new democratic government was formed known as the Second Republic, which aimed to bring modern reforms to Spain. These reforms included redistributing land, increasing workers' rights, and reducing the influence of the Catholic Church. However, these changes weren't universally accepted. Conservatives, the church, landowners, and the military saw these reforms as attacks on their power. This division created two camps: those who wanted Spain to become a modern, secular nation, the Republicans, and those who saw these changes as a threat to traditional Spanish values and power structures, the Nationalists. And in 1936, tensions reached a boiling point when a group of right-wing generals, led by Francisco Franco, launched a coup to overthrow the government. On July 17, 1936, the conflict officially started. The Spanish Civil War was underway. The Nationalists, supported by conservative groups and led by Franco, aimed to restore traditional values, while the Republicans, including liberals, socialists, and anarchists, wanted to protect their democratic government. The war quickly divided the country, with regions loyal to each side. Both sides needed support, and they got it from abroad. Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany backed Franco's nationalists with weapons, troops, and even planes. On the other side, the Soviet Union supported the Republicans, sending supplies and military advisors. Volunteers from all over the world, known as the International Brigades, joined to help the Republicans, viewing it as a fight against fascism. The Spanish Civil War saw some of the bloodiest fighting and most brutal tactics of any 20th century conflict. Some key battles and events shaped the course of the war. Siege of Madrid 1936 to 1937. The Nationalists tried to capture Madrid early in the war, but the Republicans fiercely defended their capital. The siege marked the beginning of brutal urban warfare and a long, grinding struggle for control. The bombing of Guernica 1937, this was one of the most horrific events. German and Italian bombers, supporting Franco, targeted the Basque town of Guernica, killing hundreds of civilians. This act of terror became infamous, symbolizing the brutality of the war, and inspired Picasso's iconic painting, Battle of Teruel 1937 to 1938. This was a harsh winter battle, fought in terrible conditions. Both sides faced extreme weather, but the Nationalists ultimately won, giving them a significant advantage. The Ebro Offensive 1938, the Republicans launched a desperate offensive along the Ebro River, hoping to turn the tide. But despite initial success, the Nationalists counterattacked, leading to a crushing defeat for the Republicans and marking the beginning of the end. By 1938, the Nationalists had the upper hand. The Republican forces were exhausted and outnumbered, and their international support had dwindled. Countries like Britain and France, wary of another large-scale conflict, maintained a policy of non-intervention, even as Hitler and Mussolini continued to support Franco. In early 1939, the Republican-held areas began to fall rapidly. On March 28, 1939, Franco's forces captured Madrid, effectively ending the war. On April 1, 1939, Franco declared victory, beginning his rule over Spain, which would last until his death in 1975. The end of the Spanish Civil War was the start of a dark period for Spain. Franco established a dictatorship that suppressed political opposition, censored the press, and maintained strict control over society. His regime sided with the Axis powers during World War II, though Spain remained officially neutral. The war left Spain devastated, with nearly 500,000 dead, the economy in ruins, and society divided. It also served as a prelude to World War II, showing the world what could happen when fascism went unchecked. The Spanish Civil War became a tragic symbol of the 20th century's struggle between fascism, communism, and democracy. And that brings us to the end of our look into the Spanish Civil War. This conflict was more than just a fight for control of Spain. It was a clash of ideologies that shaped global politics and left a lasting mark on the Spanish people. Understanding it gives us insights into the roots of modern Europe and the dangers of extremism. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Let me know in the comments what other historical events you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring history.